The Man in the Arena by Theodore Roosevelt. It is not the critic who counts, not the man who points out how the strong man stumbles, or where the doer of deeds could have done them better. The credit belongs to the man who is actually in the arena, whose face is marred by dust and sweat and blood, who strives valiantly, who errs, who comes short again and again, because there's no effort without error and shortcoming. But who does actually strive to do the deeds, who knows great enthusiasms, the great devotions, who spends himself in a worthy cause, who, at the best, in the end, the triumph of high achievement, and who at the worst, if he fails, at least he fails while daring greatly. So his place shall never be with those cold, timid souls who neither know victory nor defeat. What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of the Data's in Control podcast. My name is Brian Chauvet, and I'm the founder of Data's in Control. Today's episode was inspired by a couple of wonderful guys and by a woman. I'm going to get into that in just a little bit. Now, The Man in the Arena by Theodore Roosevelt is a famous speech that a whole bunch of people know. I'm not the first person to talk about it, nor will I be the last. I was actually forced to learn to memorize this speech as part of an immersion program that I joined a couple of years ago now. And it didn't really clue in on how powerful it was. I never really took the time to really think about it until I was watching Netflix the other night. I was watching a Brene Brown speech, and I love Brene Brown and I love her stuff. And she was talking and she said this very poem in it and how it changed her life and how it changed her perspectives. So it made me think back and it made me think of this. Now, I've never really considered myself an action taker. I've never really considered myself, quote unquote, in the arena. I suppose up until recently, I've had a strange fundamental shift in my mindset. Because I don't live a conventional life. I don't have a conventional career anymore. And I do remember when I was nearing my quote-unquote retirement, or when I was quitting my career, a whole bunch of people, the critics, telling me I was crazy for leaving this job. I had a great job, and I made a lot of money, and I did really well for myself. And why would I want to leave that? Why would I want to sacrifice that? There was a whole bunch of critics, and there was a whole bunch of people pointing out and doing things and telling me things. Not because they wished ill on me, just because they wanted to assure my safety. And that's okay, and that's great. But the credit has to go to the person who jumps into the arena, right? Who gets out of their comfort zone, who does these things. Whether it's quitting your job or deciding to commit to a marathon or whatever else it is. I mean, climbing Everest, or, there's 100 million other things that you could do. Because those are the people that are in the trenches and doing the daily battle and doing these things. And it never clued in that I was one of these people, that this is me. And just like the statement, the speech, the poem, whatever you want to call it, points out, that there is struggles, there's dust and sweat and blood. You come up short again and again, because every time you're putting yourself out there, every time you're involving yourself with something, you're going to come up short, you're going to fail, but you keep moving forward, because you'd rather try and fail than not have tried at all. And with these failures and with these attempts comes triumph and high achievement. And, the highs are high and the lows are low, but you keep moving, you keep trudging forward. And that's what the spirit of this poem, this speech is. And I really resonate with that right now. I'm really feeling how much my life summarized within this speech. And I never knew it before. I never took the time out. I never really thought about it. Because oftentimes in life, the risk takers, the people that are making changes in their lives, are met with this kind of false, I guess the word I'm looking for is not support, but by these people that are trying to give their advice and give their perspectives from the sidelines. And those people don't fucking matter to me. I didn't ask for your advice. I didn't ask for this. And I want to be that guy that's in the arena. I want to be that guy that's trudging through my life, that's trying. Because I'd rather fail at doing something than just stay and do things because the world tells me I need to do it this way. And I think as a father and I think as a man, we get stuck in these ways. We get stuck into what society tells us that we need to be. You need to work 40 hours a week. You need to come home. You need to do this and this and this. And you need to feel guilty if you do something for yourself. And you shouldn't buy anything for yourself. And you need to come home and you need to have 5 or 6 beers every night. And go out with the guys and neglect your kids and neglect your wife and sedate yourself and go and play golf on the weekends and don't be involved because you're too busy. And you're too busy to actually take care of yourself. You're too busy to go to the gym because you don't have time, right? Well, that's all bullshit. The critics are telling you this. Society's telling you this. The people that are on the sidelines, the man who points out how the strong man stumbles or where the doer of deeds could have done them better. That's that, guys. Those are the naysayers. If you want to become better, if you want to be that guy in the arena, then you have to make the time. You have to get up 20 minutes early to read a little bit of a book to start your day off right. You need to stare yourself in the mirror and create yourself consciously and look at yourself and say, I'm a great husband and I'm a great entrepreneur with a message that will change the world. And you need to eat healthy. And you need to work out. You need to prioritize yourself. You need to prioritize yourself so that you could show up for the people that you love and lead. Because you're a leader, not a savior. And all of these things and all of these little tidbits of information that we all know, you have to implement them in your lives. Because that's what the difference between someone that's in the stands eating popcorn or whether you're the gladiator fighting the lion on the inside on the floor in the arena. That's the difference. Sometimes when you're the gladiator in the arena, you're the man in the arena, you're in the floor and you have your sandals on and you're fighting that proverbial lion. Sometimes the lion gets a piece of you and sometimes you're bleeding and there's tears and there's sweat and it's hot and it's horrible. And sometimes you hit the lion, and the lion's slayed. The lion's laying there, and there's triumph, and the people around you are celebrating. And sometimes it's lonely. But this is the life of an action taker. And let's face it, it's exciting. It's motivating. And this is what life is supposed to be. Because when you sit back, when you really think about what I just said, and when you really think about the people that are watching you, who's watching you? Your kids are watching you. Do you want your kids to be in the arena? Do you want your kids to be the one who is in control, who is vulnerable, who is calculating, who is trying? Maybe they're failing, but they're trying and they're learning and they're getting better from every attempt, and eventually they start climbing up that mountain. Do you want your kids to see that and learn those valuable lessons? Or do you want your kids just to go with the flow and to have society tell them what they should and shouldn't do and believe all the advertisements because that's what they're supposed to do? Or do you want your kids to learn these lessons from parents, from fathers, from mothers who take care of themselves, who prioritize themselves and their families, who learn, who grow, who become better, who take some risks, who take action, who have vulnerable conversations, who put themselves out there? Because this is the true meaning of this poem. This is the true meaning of the man in the arena. Because we want to be back in control. We want to maintain control of our lives. But you can't take control. You can't become better if you're sitting in the stands eating goddamn popcorn, throwing your comments out at other people. You just can't. But if you're the guy who's on the floor and who's trying and who's moving forward and lurching forward and growing and learning, then you have the utmost of respect from me. you have that support. You have people that care for you, and you have people that want to see you succeed, that are there and watching and cheering for you. Because those people are the people that make the world better. Those people are the people that are truly going to succeed, whose kids are going to learn these lessons and become better versions of themselves and are going to rule the world. Because, let's face it, those are the people that are outside thinkers. So what's stopping you? What's stopping you from becoming this person? What's stopping you from taking this action, from starting to move forward? What's stopping you from learning something, from doing something, from taking that decisive action? Whatever that may be, because you won't regret it. As the last line in this, and it says, so that his place shall never be with those cold, timid souls who neither know victory nor defeat. That's where I want to be. I want to be that guy. I want to smell the sweet victories, and I want to feel the defeat. Because if I'm defeated, the next time I take a swing at that, I'm going to be better. In that time that I'm better, I'm going to win. I'm going to succeed. I'm going to drive forward, and I'm going to keep moving forward. And I want my kids to see that. I want my kids to learn those lessons. Because nobody's coming to save them. I'm a leader, not a savior. And that's it for today. If this is a conversation that you enjoyed, if this is something that you'd like to learn more, head on over to our Facebook group. Go to Facebook, search Dad in Control, join the free Facebook group. Or go to dadisincontrol.com and click the button to join the free Facebook group. You can go either way. Join a group of men that want to learn, that are there to lend advice, that are there to support each other. And if you haven't already done this, please go to iTunes or the podcasting app that you're listening to this on. Please smash the subscribe button and rate and review the podcast. It'll help us deliver our message to more people that would benefit from hearing it. Doesn't cost you anything but a couple of seconds of time. So thanks in advance. And until next time, we'll see you on the inside of the group.